going on, my dear patients? You know who I am, you know what I do, and you know who I do it for, and it's most certainly for you. Welcome to another edition of The Diagnosis, where I, your host, Dr. Rectango, give you all of your information, news, and opinions post-haste. And with that said, you may be asking yourself, who's coming in for their diagnosis this evening? Well, it's none other than our good old friend at Feminist Frequency, the one, the only, Anita Sarkeesian. And with that said, before we get this ball rolling any further down the downward slope that we're about to get into, let me just ask you guys a prefacing question, just a little bit of something to set the foundation. Maybe you can help use this question, this little preemptive quiz, to make sure I'm getting the noodle all wet and salivated and making sure everyone's thinking on the same page, just in case there's any confusion about why this video is being made. So the question is, did any civil rights activists from W.E.B. Du Bois to Martin Luther King to Gandhi, Nelson Mandela, whether it's Marva Collins, Nina Simone, Mary McLeod Bethune, any of the above, did they have any sort of asking price for their services to help out their people that they claimed that they wanted to represent before they gave any iota, any peep, any source of credibility or even qualifications that shows that they're even qualified to even talk about or represent the people and issues that they claim that they want to help out with? Because if the answer to that question is no, then how did Anita Sarkeesian do it? Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's because a fool and their money is easily parted. If it looks too good to be true, they're all in, even if they have to give up the startup price in their own right. And I find this funny because Anita Sarkeesian, she asked for a noble nominal fee of only $6,000, which in some degrees you could say is reasonable for someone who's trying to make a vlog series that's going to go way out of their way with the tinsel, the lights, the glitz, and the glamour, and things of that nature. Personally, I think it's a little bit too much because I've seen people do it on their couch, but $6,000 is nothing to get your ass in a wind about. However, when that evolves into not just 10 times, not just 20 times, but roughly 24 times the original asking price, and you get $160,000, my God, this series has got to be good. And you promised your fans who donated over $100 to you that they would get the DVD of every episode in their entirety in 2012, yet I find it funny that the series didn't end until 2015. Right. How are you going to ship a DVD to the people you promised in 2012 in 2015 when the episodes were still being made 3 years later? I find that hilariously funny because if I'm someone who kickstarted and someone that asked for a product and 3 years later it still doesn't exist, not gonna lie, I'm going to be pretty pissed about it, especially when it made over 20 times its original asking fee. There is no excuse at this point. There is absolutely zero excuses on the board for this. You know it, I know it, we all know it. But moving past that, I have a question for Anita Sarkeesian. If $160,000 made you push out a product 3 years late, if you got that original $6,000 and that's all you got, maybe you got a little over, maybe you got $7,000, what would you have done? How would your series have ever been finished? It calls to mind the question, oh my God, if she only got $6,000, would she have just taken the money and ran? Would she have just dipped out? Because we don't know. Because with an infinite amount more, you've still failed to reach the bar of success as it pertains to the people who back you. The people who back you at this point are just like, we're so deep in the hole, we gotta back it. Otherwise, all of our monetary investment, all of our time, all of our emotional strife will have been for naught. They're too deeply invested. You have to perform. Not to mention your speaking fees and things of that nature and all the money that you're getting off of this quote-unquote feminist movement against video games, because your series was aptly named Tropes in Video Games versus Women. Or Tropes in Video Games versus Women in Game, or something like that. Something to that effect. I'll put it down here. You guys will know the official 100% accurate title. But that is not why this video is being made. I can give a damn about all that now. But the fact is, with something that suspect in your past, as of last year, like it's not like it's a long time ago and you've somehow evolved and gone through some Zen-like metamorphosis, you are now asking for another video series that is titled Ordinary Women Defying History. Really? But this time, you're not asking for the nominal, honest asking fee of $6,000. Oh no, my friend. You tried it. Now you know that you could get that type of money because you got $160,000 for the last one. Now you're asking for $200,000. $200,000 from the jump street. From the beginning, you are asking for $200,000. This won't even include stretch goals that you may have in mind down the line. You are almost starting with 20% of $1 million at the jump. And not almost. That is the number, which is mind-boggling. But within a couple of days, they've already reached like $170-something thousand. It's ridiculous, as I said before in the aforementioned statement. Fools and their money, clearly easily potted. But that's not the part that's confusing to me. Because you see, she says, ordinary women defying history. That's a lie. That's a lie. No ordinary woman walks out there and could just charge people $50,000 to walk up on a stage and speak. Nobody can sit here and just say, I'm ordinary, but, you're asking $200,000 before you even get off your couch to even, help the people that you promised to help 3 years ago, but still haven't helped or given out what you said you would give out by the dates that you said would be delivered by. I'm just saying, 3 years late is a little suspect. It's a little bit cartoony for me, just saying. And I know what some of you are going to say. Well, it was only the first 5 episodes that were supposed to come out in 2012. She failed there too. The first 5 episodes, they were not finished in 2012. They weren't. Get bodied. That was not a thing that happened either. So just in case you want to throw, I'm overlooking that key detail, I wasn't. We had that planned. She had that plan too, apparently, because she's made infinite amount of bank off of that. But anyway, to all of those people who follow her and, say that, they champion what she does, and that's fine and dandy if that's what you want to do. But I notice a lot of you guys also have Patreons. Once again, any civil rights activist from Gandhi to Nelson Mandela to the ones I mentioned around at the beginning of the video, if you were paying any attention, I have a question. You guys are asking for money because someone retweeted something that said we didn't like you, or someone photoshopped your image on a cartoon, or oh my god, someone put a hashtag and they don't like me, please give me money. Sorry, I thought it would be best if we moved to the real talk corner. For those of you who've been on my old channel, you know the gimmick. Regardless, you mean to tell me that you guys are helping people? No. You're not helping anybody. What you're doing is pimping other people's suffering. You're pimping the game. Because you might be dealing with a tough time on Twitter. Cyberbullying. You feel as though people need to give you real money. However, some of those people who are giving you real money are asking you to champion their strife. Some of them have domestic abuse. Some of them have sexist jobs. Some of the people have some of the worst working conditions. Some of these people are actually going through some real harassment, okay? They're going through some real everyday stuff. And they come to you to help their cause. Yet they have to give you money, but people who are suffering worse than you are giving you money. But you're not giving back at all. You're giving back fuck all. Really? With a straight face, and you smile, you cheer, you want to be serenaded with $2,000 a month for a hashtag. Really? That's okay. All right. If you're gonna do you. I mean, I can't stop you. But the fact is, the reason why no one takes you seriously is for these exact reasons.